It's a whole lot of funny happening on the west side of the Mitten, West Michigan, home to a number of comedians from all walks of life. And this morning, we're talking to Virginia Anzengruber. She may have to correct me on that one. She's a comedy writer, stand-up comedian, and she's also a mama, getting ready to head out on tour. We're talking the Maternity Leave tour. Good morning, Virginia.
Good morning. So good to see you. And you did great. Anzengruber. You did it immediately.
Look at me.
Rolled off the tongue.
Pat stuff on the back. Okay, Virginia, let's talk about it. I was really excited, one, to meet you and to talk about your story. And we'll talk about why too, but Florida folks, stand up. The tour.
The tour. We are touring.
Well, actually, yeah. We're gonna talk about the tour. Talk about your journey, because before we get there.
Step one,
you have been doing some excellent things, and you're a single mama navigating a whole lot. Give us a little bit of background with you.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I think they say, comedy comes from like the, pain, the things that we, like to transmute. And I used to do comedy way back in 2012. I kind of took a little hiatus because I was working in film and television, and you can't really be out at open mics until 1 in the morning and then on set at 6 a.m. I think you ladies know what I'm talking about.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, and so I kind of took a pivot and a pause, and in that time I was able to work on really some like tremendous projects, right? With Marvel, with, MTV, Viacom, some of these, amazing large scale projects. And then a few years ago was going through a divorce and realized like, hey, what a great way to sort of maybe process some of this and get some laughs, and I decided to go back on stage. And so now we're 2 years back into this, and I'm now on my first tour, so I'm really excited.
Look at her.
That's incredible. Yeah, being able to get out and kind of tell all these jokes. What kind of is the inspiration, the main inspiration that brings you to make all of these jokes, to write them beforehand? Is it a lot of true stories?
Oh, yes. If you come to my show, you are going to hear stories about me, my kids, what it's like dating at 36. Spoiler alert. Oh, it's not fun. I think it's really, does it make me laugh? Like, I have that running note in my phone, I think maybe that we all have, of sort of, something kind of passes me in the day. And even just yesterday, I was getting my oil changed, and that man was showing me every part of the oil change. Why? What am I going to give you a high five in between? You're the expert here. I don't need to see how low the tires were. That's why I'm here. So I sort of, you find moments where, you are maybe elbow deep in a diaper and you think, somebody's got to laugh about this too, right?
The relatability aspect too seems to be a huge part of it, which is really exciting that you can head out, maybe meet a lot of new people on tour. Can you tell us a little bit more about the tour itself that you're going to be going on?
Yes, I'm so excited. I don't know if you can tell. I am going to be in Michigan on the east side. I'm going to be in Indiana, and then actually the folks over at Craft Comedy in New Orleans have invited me to come down for a weekend in July. Oh. So I will be featuring on a Friday show, and I will be doing my first 30-minute headlining set on Saturday of that weekend. And so folks down in the New Orleans area can come out and see me. And so I'm really excited because, the last 2 years, I don't know if folks understand with stand-up comedy, 30 minutes of material, just standing up alone by yourself with a microphone, is a lot.
It's a long time.
It's a long time. It takes a long time to hone. And so I'm really thrilled because at the end of this tour, we'll be recording the Maternity Leave special. And so folks will be able to see the full 30 minutes by the end of this year.
Virginia, what does that feel like? I mean, to just navigate those challenges and then to return on stage with these different life experiences and making folks laugh, but you're doing this on the stage, you're traveling, doing something you love, a passion. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like I'm living the life that 22-year-old me wanted to live, right? And I think the thing that's interesting sometimes about life is it might not look exactly like what we thought it was going to look like, right? I think anybody that's gone through divorce, anybody that's gone through any sort of struggle in life, right? You get to the other side of it, and it might not have been what you originally hoped for, but I have an amazing co-parent. My kid's dad is one of my best friends. It makes it possible for me to be on tour sometimes, right? He's encouraging me to go out and do these shows. My kid is old enough now to tell me break a leg. I'm gonna cry on morning television, y'all. I did my makeup and everything. It's really phenomenal. It feels so great to really feel like you know, you're manifesting something. And again, it's like, I'm 36, I'm divorced, I'm an independent comedian, right? Like on paper, it might not be exactly the, you know, Comedy Central special and Hollywood Walk of Fame star by this age, right? But a lot of my work, I used to host a podcast called Super Hungry, Conversations with Not So Starving Artists. And I think one of the amazing things is like, it's about the journey. And for comedians, so much of the joy is just finding how to tell a joke, right? Finding how to tell these 30 minutes. Finding a way to make it funny and relatable to people more than just me or my kid. It feels tremendous. But also, there's a lot of work between now and the end of the year, so I'm also really excited to get out on the road and tell these jokes and have people, you know, hopefully give some feedback that is positive, and then if they don't like it, trust me, they tell me too.
I can
We live in an age where they're gonna tell you regardless.
Absolutely.
Listen, yes.
Yeah. So when talking about learning how to tell a joke in the first place, getting into the comedy scene, I know from other comedians I've talked to too, can be a little tricky trying to find your footing and deciding what kinds of jokes you want to tell. How did you land on looking at like motherhood types of jokes and bringing your own personal experiences from that walk of life into your comedy?
So I think that adage is like, write what you know?
Yeah.
And I think audiences, for the most part, if you're coming to a comedy show, you can tell if something's not real, right? If I'm telling you a joke, maybe that's not always the case. We have a lot of really amazing character comedians and folks that, you know, tell a really amazing joke very believably. But I think for me, I've always just felt the most myself when I'm just talking to people, just like I'm talking to y'all right now, right? Like, what an interesting thing it is to be a human, right? Like, why not just talk about how, you know, dating a 28-year-old is amazing until they text you at 4 p.m. saying, what are you doing? What are you up to? What am I up to, my guy? I'm elbow deep in diapers and Mickey Mouse Club right now, okay? I don't have time for this, you know? And so hopefully other 36-year-old moms who are in the same boat of just, you know, throwing the young men off of them. It's like they too can relate, right? It's so hard for us out here. It's like, they're IDing me at every bar. Am I even allowed to perform at these shows, you know? And it's like, I know, please, my skincare is so good, it's fine. But no, it feels like the most authentic way I could relate to an audience.
Yeah. And talking about relating, you've said so much in this little short span of time. But for other mamas, single mamas, or women that it may not just be comedy, you know, not comedy, but any venture that they've gone through challenges, life challenges, might be elbow deep into a diaper or something. How can you encourage them to just step out, you know, find that community to support them to just keep going, to do the thing that you want to do?
I love that question. Mostly because I wanted to quit comedy 3 days ago. So I think the thing that I always lean on and remember is that you're very much like the 5 people that you surround yourself with, right? I love that I'm talking in tea towel adages today, but that really is true, right? And so I think for comedy, for any sort of art, for anything where you're putting yourself out there, I think it's so important to surround yourself with people who maybe they're not doing exactly what you're doing, but they understand why you're doing what you're doing. Because in those moments when you're doubting yourself and you're calling them being like, why am I even going to New Orleans? Like, you know, they're gonna remind you because it's an amazing city, because you have things to say, and because you've already been there before and made folks laugh, you're just gonna go do it again, right? And so, like anyone, I'm really shored up by my community and friends.
Okay. Well, I know we can chat all like
I know.
But tell us, you have shows tonight. Give us a quick blurb of shows and where folks can follow you.
Awesome. So we have a sold-out show tonight at the Comedy Project for the Out Loud fundraiser supporting the Grand Rapids Trans Foundation and the Grand Rapids Pride Center. And then tomorrow you can see me in Port Huron, Michigan, all the way close to Canada. Ooh. Whoa. And then you can follow me at Virginia Anzengruber Comedy on Facebook and Instagram, and check out all the rest of the dates that I have through August.
All right, sounds good. Virginia, thank you so much for joining us this
so
morning.
Much. So great to see you.
Best of luck to you. Maternity tour is going to be great.
Thank you so much. And Deja, I love seeing another Tallahassee girl out here. So
that was our connection. Forgot to mention we're from Florida, Tallahassee.
FSU, FAMU, we are sisters. Listen.
All right, thank you, Virginia. All right, folks, we'll be right back with more from Morning Plus right after this break.